guys, Dorothy here with Done by Dorothy, and we are here for day 2 of our Mira Nature journal series. And today we are working with our signatures. After a lot of comments, everyone made not everybody, but a lot of people, said they would rather wait till the end to sew in our signatures. So that is what we're going to do. So we have our 3 signatures ready. We've separated them. They're good to go. If you remember yesterday, we cut and inked all our pages. And I spent the morning sewing up all of my pages. And hold on, I'm going to trim mine up a little bit here. I leave about an inch and a half at the bottom. 2 inches, something like that. I don't know. I just sort of cut them about where I think they should be. Let me trim the tops, and I will be releasing the first in our So Beautiful journal series, which will be a series that'll feature using sewing in journals, different ideas for that. So I do have, some years under my belt anyway of sewing. I won't say a lot because I know there's a lot of people out there that are older than I am. So we did sew these up. A few things that I will say is we did talk about in the video, just in case people don't want to watch it. There is some hints and tricks, things that may help you, may not help you. I mean, sort of depends on your experience. Whether you have an expensive sewing machine, because I actually have a computerized sewing / quilting machine that I use, down to if you have a basic old clunker you bought at the Goodwill. And don't get me wrong, I have a 1878 Singer treadle sewing, or not Singer, yes, a Singer treadle sewing machine. So I'm all about the clunkers and the basics, so I like them all. So we have, but you can vary where you start when you're sewing your pages, and it will create this thready goodness across the top. And again, you could do it across the bottom, and I just like the little hangy things hanging out. It sort of adds to the organic feel of the book. So here's what I do. I vary where mine are at, so I'm going to go through really fast after I've sewed mine. Now, if you're choosing not to sew yours, then you don't have to. That is totally up to you. And again, I'm going to go through and sort of sort mine into the location of where I sewed them, because I want that, that thread across the top to vary. I don't want it all in the same spot. So again, I'm just going to go through really fast, and then what I do is I sort of randomly pick mine as I sew them. Sort of as I cut them out, because we tend to make journal pages depending on the colors we like. We do our pink stuff together and our green stuff together, and by doing this I can sort of vary it. So then what I do is I'm just randomly going to pull a page from each pile, work my way around, so it's just sort of mixing up where all of those threads come from. And I just don't even randomly do them in order. I just sort of grab a page until all the pages are gone. And I sort of watch my piles, so, I know I'm working down. I'm not going to have, a ton of one kind versus the other. I don't want them all, at the same spot at the last minute. So I think we'll do that one, and this one, and we'll do this one. There we go. So then I just sort of created some randomness. So today's video, we have 3 signatures and we have 24 pages. Let's see. Let me flip these upside down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yes, 24. I just wanted to make sure that I didn't lose one somewhere in the process of cutting and inking and sewing. Okay, so I'm just going to divide these, and I know I have 24 pages, I have 3 signatures. So I'm just going to divide these into piles of 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And again, this is just sort of how I work. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Make sure I have 8 left in the bag and I didn't miscount because, you know, I'm human. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No. Okay, so then I'm going to pile these up. And then what I'm going to do is, I know that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 pages front and back. Now, I know a lot of you guys are going, why in the world is she going through all of this? Because this is so basic. I do have beginners in my group, you know, in my subscribers that may not know how to do this. So I just ask that you bear through the basics as we go to get to the parts that you need to know or you want to know. Okay, so there's 24. I know I have 8 pages. That means every 3 pages I need to add 1. Okay, so I'm just going to start out. I'm going to use my art glitter glue because it does not cause any, you know, roly-polies or anything like that. Now, if art glitter glue is not an option for you, because I mean, I know it is expensive, you can, like, this is like Walmart, big box stores. It's just Elmer's Glue All multi-purpose glue. It does seem like it holds without, it dries clear, it's fast drying. It works, you know, on paper, cloth, leather, and sort of keeps it from bubbling. If you do not have the money to buy art glitter glue, or, you know, that's just not part of your budget, what you may do, and I will put a link in the video, is on Amazon, you can find, let me see if I can get this open. Of course, I'm not going to be able to get it open because I'm trying. Oh, there it goes. You can find the art glitter glue lids like this that have the pins in them. Okay. They fit on the Elmer's Glue All. So you get that precision tip. So if you're, that keeps you from putting too much glue down and really makes a difference. Let me get that goobery stuff off while I'm up there. There is also another glue, and I'll put a link. I'm going to call it wrong. I think it's Reptile Glue, but if I say that, it'll be alligator glue or something like that. It's about in between the two. This is cheap. This you can get for, like, I think less. I think I paid like $1.20. No, maybe $2.24 for. I don't know. Around. I don't know. A little bit less than like $2 or $3 at Walmart. Of course, your art glitter glue is a little bit more expensive. The more you buy of art glitter glue, the cheaper it is. I will tell you that. So, and then how I do my page is like this. So I will link, but you can buy the tips. I'll link the tips on Amazon on there. And then I always sort of go along my sewing because it seems like it holds a little bit. So I just go around my edges. And I'm sorry if you hear noise today. I have husband and kids and parents' dogs and everything right now going on around here, so. Okay. And then I do pull mine off and lay it flat because I can see better. And this one I'm going to line up to the bottom. No, let's go in the middle for this one. And I'm just going to sort of get it in there where it looks good for me. Let me get that glue across the bottom and it is directly clear. I do have my bone folder. If you do not have a bone folder, you can use, you know, your scissor handles. I'm just doing it to make sure that, you know, it sort of adheres, and sort of checking around the edges. If anything, if you start around your edges and push in, it does make it a little bit easier. And I will be right back. Okay, so I take my bone folder, my scissor handles, you know, whatever you want to use, a pencil, you could use, you know, anything, and just make sure it adheres. And so we have that. So let's put the, and I'm tedious about this, I know. I put it back on my file, so I know I have this. I know every 3 pages I need one. So 1, 2, turn the page. I know I need to adhere to my next one here. And I pull it out. This is just how I keep myself from becoming confused. And then again, I'm going to glue. I'm going to glue around the edges. I will be posting another video, like I said, for the So Beautiful journal series that I'm doing. Let's see, we did the last one to the middle, so let's do this one towards the bottom. And the So Beautiful series will be literally different ways that you can use sewing in your journal. So it will be different things like that, just some different ideas and things that I have. And I may or may not glue a page in straight. just me. Sorry. I am not perfect. I am human. Okay. So 1, 2. Did I just do it wrong? No, 1, 2 on the third. 1, 2, third. You're fine. And again, I'm just going to hit the glue around the outside edges. I have people running all over my house today while I'm trying to film, and I'm used to having my silence. See, I guess. And this one we'll put towards the top and leave it at the bottom. Feels weird having people listen to you while you're taping, although millions of people could technically listen to me out there, but it feels weird if somebody in my house is listening to me. Isn't that weird? And that one's one out a little crooked. 1, 2, 3. And I'm just going to continue to do this as I go through. Anyway, I will be posting how I sew around the edges of my paper. Hold on, I have to recount again because I'm silly. Yes, okay. And we'll do another one towards the bottom so they're not all in the same order. And it'll, you know, sort of tips and tricks that I do, and I actually zoom up so you can see what I'm doing, how I start, where I finish. And again, I don't do mine, you know, all of the same. It's just the way that I do it. Okay, so 1, 2, we need to lay one here. And I know this seems monotonous, and if you don't want to do like every 3 pages, you know, because you don't want it to be that precise or whatever, you can vary these. I just sort of like them that way. that's just me. 1, 2. I need to put this here. Let's put this one in the middle. And then, you know I have this glued on here, so you know I can make sure I have a journaling page on the back so I could stencil, and then, you know, create ephemera of some sort on the back of the next one, so it just varies. 1, 2, on this side. Yes, if you guys hear people walking around, they are all over my house today. They are driving me crazy. They're really quiet. I can hear them walking though, so it keeps preoccupying me. There we go. And again, make sure you burnish to adhere it down. Okay, so we've got that one. So, let's see, yes, 2, 3. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, and yes, I actually sit and count these pages like this, even when I am by myself, because I get preoccupied with something else if I don't. The curse of the mind that never stops. Everybody's disappearing. The kids took upstairs, the husband took off to the bedroom. Apparently think that they're aggravating me. I was being funny. That's funny. And again, you know, some of my sewing as it goes around the edge is lopsided. I do that. That doesn't bother me. I like that. I like sort of the homemade look that gives it. So we have 1, 2, 3. Yes, and that will leave 2 pages and we'll be on the front of our next one. So it works out perfectly. Oh, let's go to the middle. I think I did the last one to the middle too, but that's okay. Okay, so we have that. We're going to slide that in, hold that up. That tucks in there. So on our first signature, have that nice sort of light colored page to do some stenciling on. Ephemera page. You know, that one we won't have to really stencil on, but I may do like some sewing or add a ribbon to the side. That type of thing. And it doesn't have to be, I mean, I could do ephemera here and stencil there, or, you know, however I want to. I got a little over my fingers. But that way you don't have like the balk isn't full pages. I know that, you know, some people would ask, you know, next time are you going to do pages where there's not a lot to where you can journal? Yes. However, I would journal, and I would journal up here and down here and over here. I know some people don't like to journal on the actual pages. That never bothered me. You do have the areas top and bottom, so you know, if you would rather have more journaling areas, you know, more open space with some designs up here, you know, then let me know in the comments so I can sort of keep track of that. Then I'm going to go ahead and clip that signature together because all of that's dried already. So that one's got our pages in it. Move on to the next one. And we know we have 1, 2, the front of our next one. And yes, this is going to get monotonous. So I'll probably only do some of these, and then you can give you extra time to get things ready. I know if you're sewing around the edges and all that, that sort of takes some extra time too. And I know if you're doing a little bit every day, yeah, just the sewing can take up some time. 1, 2, inside. And yes, we will have some ephemera coming. I know I had a lot of people, you know, when we did the 25 days of Christmas that said, you know, hey, you know, I use a lot of digital kits. Can you do something that, you know, sort of does a digital kit type feel? And, you know, that's what we're going to do here. These are like your solid journaling pages, and I realized like you could journal right in there. They are image heavy. And I realize that, so, but we will have some pages of ephemera. They aren't going to be in kits. They will actually be given as freebies, just like we did the 25 days of Christmas. And we will be using some sheets like this. You will get some other whole sheets free that we will have, that we'll be using and sort of showing you how you can use a base digital kit journaling page. Because, you know, some people offer digital kits and they don't have a lot of alternatives as far as ephemera. You have to use, you know, your base page to create. And so we are going to do some like that so we can show you how to do those. Because sometimes, you know, you get a blank page like that, or you just get, you know, you get 20 journal pages like this, or even 8.5 by 11 sheets, and then you got to figure out what to do with it, and you get a brain freeze, a mind freeze, you know, you get stuck in just creator's block, whatever you want to call it, you know, and we all do that. You know, and you're stuck and you're going, okay, I have this page, what am I supposed to do with this? So, you know, that page that you just spent really good money on ends up going in a pile or in a basket somewhere to use later, because you're sort of stuck going, okay, what am I supposed to do now? So maybe this will help some people use, you know, those, or, you know, you started a journal and you got all the main pages like this sewed and, you know, or whatever, inked and glued down, and then you realize, hey, you know, there's not ephemera sheets, there's tear sheets or collage sheets. What do I do? And, you know, sometimes we just sort of get froze on like that, so this may help. And I mean, that's the point, is, you know, so yes, these were image heavy. And we have a lot of kits like this. You will be getting a lot of pages like this in different sizes, you know, so we can figure out how to manipulate those to do certain things with. I know, you know, yes, these tutorials are to walk step by step through on building a journal, and, you know, maybe some people think, well, we should buy the kit and you know, everything for the kit should be here, and we just slap this kit together. And the thing of it is, and we've all been on Etsy, you know, blogs, wherever you choose to get your kits from, there are kits everywhere of any kind for any theme and any color that you want out there. And you know, if you buy a kit and it's got the journal pages and it's got the envelopes and it's got the belly bands and it's got the tucks, and I'm not saying anything against those, I love those kits. If you watch any of my flip throughs, I am a diehard fan of digital kits. I just love the beauty you can get with them. But I think sometimes we limit ourselves to just what we can do with the kit that we get. And, you know, we cut, you know, everything's a cookie cutter thing. And, you know, I'm not saying anything about anybody or anything like that, because each person does their own and some people may not have time or whatever. But if I'm taking the time, you know, to create a kit, or not create a kit, to buy a kit to create a journal, I don't want something that's going to look like everybody else's. I want that one of a kind where you can tell I've, you know, worked and, you know, used creative juices and came up with, you know, whatever the case may be. Oh, you know what? I'm not sure, I just didn't do that wrong. So you guys may get to see exactly what I do when I get up. We will see, hold on. Something isn't right. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let me make sure I counted my pages correctly, because I may have 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have one too many pages. Let me pull this out and see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. So I had one too many pages in here. Okay. This is perfectly fine. We can fix this. Okay. One, two. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. Okay. Okay. Start over again. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Right? Yes. 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. I need one here. Oops. Okay. So we're going to pull from our other signature. You guys will see me fix this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let me 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is 6. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So let's just use these as we need to, and I think I'm going to have one that's going to be off no matter what, but we'll see. 1, 2. One, 2, 3. Okay, so we need a 1, 2, and we need a 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, yes, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Did I just put an extra page back in, guys? 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, I did. So let's take this back out. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 3, 1. Doesn't put that off. 2, 3. Okay, so we need let's see. Okay, let's start with the new one. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. Okay, this is 6. So let's start with this. Let's set this to the side and see what we can do over here, and then we'll come back. 1, 1. Okay. 3. Okay. So then 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. See, I've got 2 more pages to go. 1, 2, 3. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages. 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So we're just going, let me make sure I have my 6 pages. Yes, you guys are watching me do this. 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 1, 2. I need something on this back. Aren't you glad you hung around? And this does happen. You guys are sitting there going, seriously, if you just switch this around, it would work like this. Okay. Okay, then 1. Okay, we're just gonna have to do it. We're just gonna go with it. Okay, we're just gonna go with it and call this one good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if it doesn't work out, guess what? yeah, just scrap it and go with it. Okay. So, 1 page, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so I do have 6 pages here. Okay, so let's start with little reptiles on the front. So yes, you guys seen me that, and if it doesn't work, just make it work, and I may have an extra stencil page in here since I have an extra, I use the other page over there, but we'll just make it work. Maybe I'll work on a really awesome 2-page flow, 2-page pop out to cover it. That would be awesome. Have some naturey things popping out of it. 1, 2, and 3. I'm sorry you guys had to watch me fumble, but you know, we all do it. We've all had that where we have to take something back apart, and technically I could cut around that and replay and, you know, re-glue it to another page, but yeah, we'll keep it the way it is. Let's see. 1, 2, I need to be on this page. Let's put it to the top. Too much distraction. You didn't hear me say that, did you? But when life hands you lemons, make a lemonade, and we'll just make it work. But yeah, you just, you know, if it doesn't work out right, you just go with it. I probably should have just went with it, pulled the extra page out and went with it instead of sitting and fumbling for so long, wasting your guys' time watching me fumble. But in real life. 1, 2, 3. So I will finish putting these in. This will be the video for today after my fumbly time. So when we come back tomorrow, we will have all our signatures. If you're sewing, it'll be sewed, it'll be inked. All these base pages will be putting your signatures, and we will start adding ephemera to pages, which I know is everybody's favorite part. At least it's mine. Like I said, there will be several more sewing videos for this. I will do a sewing on tags, because there's different ways you can do that. And some really cool little things that we're going to do. Again, some of them using, you know, these base, well, even the base pages you get won't be these base pages that we're using to cut up. They're actually other pages that eventually will release as journal pages, or as, you know, doodles or tear sheets or whatever you want to call them, as a secondary kit, but you guys will get them free for this. They will be listed in my Etsy store. So, and as always, they will be in the description box below with all of our information of how to contact us. Of course, we did our 25 Days of Christmas giveaway album today, and that was exciting. Somehow I ended way out on this one. I may have to move some pages because this isn't working right. But it's okay. We will make it work. So just glue them down wherever you see fit. I will continue to work with my pages here and try to... Oh, my glue didn't stick down here very well. Guess I didn't burnish it down good enough. Okay, so I'm going to head. I will straighten this out tomorrow, and I will straighten this out and show you guys tomorrow if I get them all straightened out, because right now I'm sitting with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages back to back. So I will fix this, and that was my fault. I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. So you guys have a great day. We will be back tomorrow. Again, like, comment, subscribe. I'll leave all the information in the description box below, and all the links to the So Beautiful journal sewing on pages video. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.